of the Dictum Ridge and the Second Mountain trails. Both of these trails start at the same trailhead. It is a ATV parking lot at the top of Long Mountain Road. And if you go to the west, you go to the Dictum Ridge Trail. Go to the east, you could do Second Mountain Trail. There are other ways to access Second Mountain, but that's the most approved. We'd done Second Mountain before, but we'd never done the Dictum Ridge. We do like the Second Mountain Trail. Dictum Ridge Trail is the one you see right now. We did a high-speed version of it just to kind of show you the overlay of the terrain. It's slightly rocky, some okay mud holes, but it does get a little tight, branches low down to the roof line and close into the sides. Overall, it was a fun trail, not too much pinstriping. Scenery was great because we were there in the spring when the leaves weren't on the trees, so you could see it. We were there April 16th of 2021, so it's a really good time to go. The mud puddles have quite a bit of water in them, and like I said, you get some good scenery. Overall, I don't think I'll redo this trail. I'm glad I did it once, but there's just not enough obstacles to make it worth my while. Very, very interesting trail overall, though. A little bit later in the video, we turn. This is a point-to-point trail. Dictum Ridge is. So you go down to the end, turn around, you come back to the parking lot, and then we go ahead and we take the Second Mountain Trail. The GoPro battery did die, and we didn't get the very beginning of the Second Mountain Trail. I've got a few pieces of my rear view mirror camera, both forward and back, that we pieced in, plus some iPhone videos of some of those highlights. We did decide to take the Powerline Trail down. It wasn't marked as a trail you weren't supposed to take, so we decided to do it. Probably wasn't the best decision. It gets very steep, very narrow, a lot of very heavy branches, and we did get a lot of pinstriping on that particular trail. It was interesting, but I definitely would not repeat that. More of an ATV trail than a Jeep or a UTV trail, I would say. My buddy followed me in his Can-Am, which is a little less wide than my Jeep, but still he did get some pinstriping as well. So an interesting trail. At one point along this path, we had to stop. My buddy had a light bar on top of his Can-Am, and we needed to actually cut a limb away overhead so that it wouldn't rip his light bar off of his Can-Am. So some very tight stuff. As you can see, though, not much rock, a few mud puddles, but nothing extreme. Just overall entertaining trail. This is on the way back out. But we did love the scenery. It was an absolute beautiful day out there. As you can also tell, there was quite a bit of water on the trail that day. I think that's probably fairly normal for the spring. We did have some problems getting up to the trailhead, as Long Mountain Road is on the north side of the mountain and it doesn't get a lot of sun, and we had quite a bit of ice still on the roadways on the way up, which kind of explains the wetness of these trails. So at this point, this is my rear view camera has a forward motion, so it's a little bit blocked by the sensor, but so it's a fairly good view of our first run down the trail. This is the power line access. As I said, it starts off, it's fairly wide. It narrows very quickly, and there's very heavy brush on both sides, so we did a lot of pinstriping on this particular trail. I would not recommend this one as a trail that everybody runs. This is the rear view of my rear view camera, and that's my buddy and his Can-Am following down behind us. Doesn't look that steep, but it is very steep. A lot of small to medium rocks in a very loose setting. We had no problem with traction, but if you went when it was wetter, it probably would be an issue. This next clip is from an iPhone inside the cab of the Jeep. They don't have the trail continuing all the way through to the bottom. So at one point down at the next piece of rigging, they pipe you back over to the main second mountain trail. After the second mountain trail at the end has these rock ledges, which are quite a bit of fun. They're not super high. The Union Springs Trail is more difficult, but they're fun. And we've enjoyed them every time we've been out. As you can see, the Jeep had no problem, and neither did the Can-Am. Thanks for watching.